Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Blessing. Thank you so much for stopping by. So guys, in today's video we'll be learning how to make this beautiful dress you're seeing right here from beginning to the end. So if this is something you're interested in, definitely keep on watching and let's get into the video. It is a princess bustier, lest I forget, with loop around the back and bob sleeve, straight skirt, so many more to learn in this video. Keep watching guys. So guys, this is the fabric I'll be using to cut out this beautiful dress. It is an Ankara fabric, about 3 yards there. So I'll start by drafting on my pattern paper, and my pattern paper is on fold like you see. So I folded my pattern paper, and the very first thing I'll be doing on the pattern paper is to roll my starting point at the upper part. So this starting point is going to be where I'll be taking all my measurements from. So the very first thing I'll be doing is to draft the basic bodice pattern. So I'll be taking the shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement of this person is 7 inches divided by 2. So the normal shoulder measurement is 14. When you divide it by 2, it will give us 7. So I marked 7 right there, and from that 7 inches I'll be coming down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. I guess you can understand. So guys, after doing that, the next thing I'll be doing is to mark the armhole depth. To get your armhole depth, you divide the bust measurement by 6, then add 1.5 inches to it. Our bust measurement is 34 divided by 6, then I added 1.5 inches to it, which is 7.3 inches. Then I marked it right there. So the next thing I'll be doing is to mark the neck width. The neck width is 3 inches. I marked it right there, then I connected it up to the shoulder slope which I marked earlier. So I'll take the same measurement I measured on the shoulder, then I'll mark it on the armhole depth. I guess you can understand. So I'll be rolling a straight line from the armhole depth up to the shoulder slope. So I'm just trying to create an armhole curve. So I'll just extend this line forward like this. Then I'll be dividing what I have on the armhole depth by 2. After dividing it, I'll make a point right at the middle, just like the way you see me doing. Then I'll go in by half inches from that middle point I made. So I'll be coming in by half inches, then I'm just going to connect it from the shoulder slope. Then after doing that, I'll be taking the bust measurement. The bust measurement divided by 4 is 8.75. So I'll be marking it right on the armhole line. After marking it right there, I'll just connect the 3 points together, just like the way you see me doing. Guys, after making the armhole curve, the next thing we'll be doing right now is to take the vertical measurement of this person. So I'll place my tape at the beginning and I'll mark the bust point, the under bust point, and the waistline. The bust point is 10.5, the under bust is 14 inches, and the waistline is 16, which is also the half cut. So after making the point, I'll use the point to make an horizontal straight line, just like the way you see me doing. So after making the horizontal straight line, then I'll label the line so as not to get confused, just like the way you see me doing. So I'll be writing BP on the first line, which is the bust point, then UB on the second line, which is the under bust, and WL at the last line, which is the waistline. So now the next thing I'll be doing is to take the nipple to nipple measurement. So the nipple to nipple measurement is the distance from one nipple to the other nipple, and this person's nipple to nipple measurement is 7 inches. So I'm just marking 3.5 inches right there. That's divided by 2. So I'll just use the point to make a straight line, just like the way you see in the video. Then on the under bust line, I'll be going out by 1.5 inches from the nipple to nipple line that I marked earlier. So I'll be coming down on the waistline and mark 2 inches outwards, just like the way you see me doing. So I'll be connecting the 2 points together like this, and it's going to give us a slanted line. So the next thing I'll be doing is to mark half inches on the waistline and half inches on the under bust line towards the center front. So I'll mark a straight line there also. So now the next thing I'll be doing is to go to the bust point. I'll be coming down from the bust point line by 1.2 inches. So guys, I'll be putting a description on how to cut a bust, how to get the measurement for different bust sizes, because some people have bigger busts. So I'll be putting it in the description box below or the comment section. So after doing that, I'll be connecting a curved line from the under bust up to the 1.2 inches I came down by. Then I'll be doing the same thing for the center front as well, but the curve is not going to be pronounced like the one at the side. So this is just the way you are going to mark it. So now the next thing I'll be doing is to extend the bust point line upward just a little bit, because I'll be coming up there by 1 inches as well. So now the next thing I'll be doing is to take the measurement I have on the armhole curve. After taking the measurement I have on the armhole curve, I'll divide it by 2. Guys, please, I just want you to pay attention. I got 8.5 after taking the measurement. So I'll divide that 8.5 by 2, and whatever I get there, I'll place it from the shoulder slope. Then I'll make a point there. So that's just the midpoint of the armhole curve. That's the new midpoint. So I'll be coming up by 1 inches from the bust point. So I'll take my French curve, then I'll connect it from that midpoint of the armhole curve down to that 1 inches. I guess you can understand. I feel the video is explaining itself if you are following me and if you are following what I'm doing. So guys, I'll just connect the line like this, and you can see it has given us that princess dart effect. So guys, you remember the 1 inch we came up by from the bust point? We're going to divide that 1 inch by 2. So if it is 1.5 inches you are going up by, you divide the 1.5 inches by 2 and use it to create your dart around this armhole area. So I guess you can understand. So the 1 inch, I divided it by 2. So that is half inches. So I will just use the half inches to create the dart at both sides, just like the way you see me doing, and I will connect it down to that 1 inch I came up by. So now the next thing I'll be doing is just to shade this part, this that area. I'm just going to shade it out because that side is not going to be useful. So the next thing I'm going to be doing right now is to measure the distance between the darts. So definitely we're going to have 1 inch there, so I'll just extend that 1 inch. So I'll extend 1 inch upward like this, and I'll make a point right there. Then I'll just use my ruler to make a straight line, just like the way you see me doing. Then after doing that, that 1 inch, I'll be placing it on the bust measurement. I'll add 1 inch on the bust measurement as well. So I'm just going to have a new armhole. I guess you can understand. Now the reason why I'm doing this is just to avoid any form of excess whenever you join your princess, that there is always complaint of excess whenever you join it, so that it's going to be the same with the center front. So the next thing I'll just be doing is to add my sewing allowance to everything. So I'll just come down on the under bust, measure the under bust measurement, then I'll put the that space and add the sewing allowance to it. So I'll be repeating the same process for the round waist as well. I'll put the measurement of the round waist, then put the allowance of the darts, then also add my sewing allowance to it. I guess you can understand. So after doing that, I'll just connect the lines together like this, and I'll be cutting it out. So guys, the next thing we'll be doing right now is just to mark out the neck. So I'll be coming down by 6 inches for the neck depth because it's a V neckline, and I'll be connecting it from the neck width down to the neck depth. So this is just the neck. And the next thing we'll be doing right now is to cut it out. So but before cutting it out, you just have to blend this bust area, because I forgot to blend it, so I just remember right now. You have to blend it with your French curve to make it a little bit smoother, so it's not going to be giving a kind of sharp look, you understand. So after blending it, then we're good to cut it. Just look at the way I'm cutting it, then this is how you should cut yours too, guys. After cutting, guys, this is what we are going to have. So we are going to be placing it on our fabric to cut it out. For the back pattern, guys, I already marked my zipper allowance. That is 1.5 inches for the zipper allowance right there. So from that line of the zipper allowance, I'll be marking the shoulder measurement. Then from that shoulder measurement, I'll be coming down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So basically, I'm just repeating what I did for the front pattern. Then I'll be marking 3.5 inches here for the neck width. And after doing that, I'll just be connecting the shoulder slope point into the neck width point. So the next thing I'll be doing right now is just to take the armhole depth. Now the formula to get the armhole depth is dividing the bust measurement by 6, then add 1.5 inches to it. I guess I've mentioned that earlier when we were cutting the front. So the bust measurement of this person is 34 divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches, which will give me 7.3. So I marked it right there. And I'm using it to make a straight line. So I'll just be marking a horizontal straight line forward to create my armhole curve. But before that, I'll be inserting the bust measurement on this horizontal line I just finished marking. The bust measurement is 8.75, so I'll be marking it on this line. Then I'll make a point right there. Then I'll be using this point to create a curve to the armhole depth line. I guess you can understand because the video is actually explaining itself. So if you watch what I'm trying to explain, you will understand. So after making the armhole curve, the next thing I'll be doing right now is to place my tape on the starting point, then mark my bust point and my waistline. So the bust point is 10.5. I marked it right there. Then the waistline is 16 inches, which I marked right there. So I'll just be making a straight line forward like this on the bust point and the waistline. So after making the straight line, I'll just be labeling the lines that I just created right now. So the first line will be labeled BP and the second line will be labeled WL, which is the waistline. So the next thing I'll be doing right now is just to insert the nipple to nipple measurement, which is 3.5 inches. Then on the waistline, the nipple to nipple measurement which I marked, I'll be going out and coming in by half inches. I guess you can understand. So I'm just trying to like create a dot right there. So I'm just rolling the nipple to nipple line up to the bust point. So the 2 points I made right there is half inches. So I'll be connecting it as a slanted line up to the bust point as well to create my dart for the back. And this is what the back pattern is going to look like. So the next thing I'll be doing right now is to add sewing allowance to it. So I'll be adding 2 inches sewing allowance on the bust, then 2 inches on everything. So after doing that, the next thing we'll be doing right now is just to create the neckline for the back. So I'll be coming down by 2 inches for the neck depth, then I'll be connecting it into the neck width with my French curve. So to give me a round neckline for the back. So after doing that, the next thing I'll be doing is to remove the bulginess that is going to occur after sewing it. So from the zipper allowance, I'll be coming up by 1 inch from the waistline. Just watch what I'm trying to explain. I'll be coming up by 1 inch from the waistline. After coming up by 1 inch on the waistline, so I'll just try to indicate the bust point. So the bust point is 14 inches. So from that bust point, I'll be coming in by half inches from the beginning of the zipper allowance. I guess you can understand. So I'll just connect the line upwards like this as a slanted line, just a slanted line, and I'll be connecting the 1 inches into the side, just like the way you see me doing. So this is just the way I'll be cutting it out. So if you don't want to modify the back, if you don't want the back to be like the looped back you saw earlier at the beginning of this video, this is how you should cut the back. So for clarity purpose, I'm just trying to explain how we're going to remove the bulginess that will occur when we fix our zipper. So I'm not even going to fix any zipper to this dress because it's going to have a loop. So guys, to modify the back, I'll be taking what I have on the neck. So whatever I have on the neck width, that is what I'm going to measure on the waistline. I have 3.5 inches on the neck width. If it is 4 inches I have there, I'll measure 4 inches right here after the zipper allowance. If it is 5 inches, I'll measure 5 inches. So I have 3.5 inches right there, and I'll measure 3.5 inches. So luckily for me, the nipple to nipple measurement is 3.5. So I'm just going to connect the nipple to nipple line up to the neck width. I guess you can understand because it's as simple as ABC. So I'll just be cutting this line I created right now. I'll be cutting it through. So this part where there is zipper allowance, where I labeled zipper allowance, I don't need that part. I don't even need it. I have to just throw it away because it is not useful. So the only part that is going to be useful is the armhole side. So I'll be placing it on my fabric and I'll be cutting it out. As you can see, I left some allowance at the down part, like at the waistline area, because I didn't add any allowance while I was drafting on the pattern paper. So I'm just adding like about 0.4 inches on the armhole and the other side. So I left 2 inches allowance at the down part. So I'll be cutting the front pattern as well because I haven't cut that. So I'll be cutting lining and I'll be gluing my interfacing to it. So this is the front part. I'll just be cutting it right here. So guys, I noticed that this video is already getting too long if I join everything together. So guys, I'll be posting in my next video how to go about the joining of this dress. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do well to hit on the subscribe button, like this video, and also don't forget to turn on your post notification so you get notified whenever I post a new video. So in the next video, I'll be sharing with you guys how to go about the joining. Please guys, do well to stay tuned and I will see you in my next one. Bye.